at-bats early on in the game?
Yeah, I thought we did a really good job. We made it pretty simple of what we wanted to do tonight, and we did it.
Obviously you communicate that to the team, but to see them go out there and execute the way they did and get that pitch count up in the third.
Yeah, and Coach Pierce, who I have a ton of respect for, was like, man, nobody's really done that to him. And tip of the hat to our players. We've improved a lot in a week's time, and excited about the upward trend of them understanding, winning baseball and winning at bats. And we certainly saw that tonight for those 3 innings.
Patience, vision, what were they doing?
It was a little bit of everything. I'm not going to get too far into it, but they did what we wanted them to do tonight.
Jay, just looking at Luke's performance, what did you kind of see from him stuff-wise throughout the night?
It was great. He's a pitcher. He's as good of pitcher as maybe I've ever had in terms of him executing, feel, all those types of things. Paul's on a different planet as far as what he did last year, but as far as just pitch-to-pitch execution, I don't even know how you plan for him, because if you do something, he can do something else. If you take something away, he can beat you in a lot of different ways. And he's had a great baseball background for his whole life, and just the skill and the aptitude and the execution is on another level right now.
Earlier he was talking about how Coach Eskey's helped him sort of work on his slider. Was that sort of a point of emphasis for him to take that next step for him?
Yes. Again, it's like, and I think this is good pitchers. Good pitchers can win no matter if they have their best stuff or not. I think the difference is, it's fastball command to all 4 quadrants. It's curveball, it's slider, it's changeup, it's in and out, up and down, change speeds. And that's a lot. Trust me, being an offensive coach, that's a lot to deal with.
Just the consistency that now shown over 3, is that what kind of made you go with him tonight?
Yeah, I just think, if you're just looking at pure execution, and this goes back like 2 outings prior to the season too in our inner squads, I don't think he's, given up a run in 4 weeks or 5 weeks now. And again, some pretty good hitters that you saw on our side tonight for the last couple of weeks.
Would you say your guys did a pretty good job of laying off some of that lower stuff?
Yeah, they did a great job of that.
So the atmosphere tonight, exactly what you wanted?
Yeah, again, they kept me on that mid-game interview forever tonight. So I just tried to turn it into, it's like, unless you're a top 15 pick, you can't pass this up. This is amazing.
So you guys have quite a history with UT. This is a big win. Do you just chalk it up as another win? You got a lot of season right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Anytime you play them, it seems like.
Yeah, no matter what, and we played early last year in Austin. No matter what, whether we won or lost tonight, there's a lot ahead of us. There's things that we need to do better that were exposed in the game tonight, which I'm excited to get back and chip away at that. Start with our 10 a.m. meeting tomorrow. But I just have a lot of respect for them. The history, it's like, I'm growing up like paying attention to Skip Bertman and Augie Garrido, and so it's just cool. I think we're the places that really invest in baseball the most and have you see the fan bases. And like I said, I've crossed paths with Coach Pierce a lot. Like when I was at San Diego, we played Sam Houston State. When I was at Arizona, we played Tulane. When I was at Arizona, we played Texas. And here, 3 years in a row, we've played them. So they do a really good job. They have really good players. They've recruited really well. And so it's a great win in regards to that. It's a great RPI win, all those types of things. But there's so much season left. It's like we got our hands full tomorrow with another really good team.
Yeah, they're aggressive. I guess the Cajuns tomorrow. Just give me your thoughts on everything.
Yeah, kind of the same thing I was just talking about with Coach Pierce. Matt and I, go way back, like a lot of NCAA tournament games against each other, those types of things. I love their style of play. Frankly, it used to be my style of play, until I started getting bigger, more physical guys that don't look like me. But it'll be fun. We enjoy these, and it'll be one of those, we'll get on the phone on Monday and talk about the game afterwards. So they've improved. We played them in the fall, at the end of the fall, and just watching a little bit that I have so far, they're a better team than they were in November, so it's going to be a big challenge.
Paxton Clint continues to see the ball pretty well. He only had 1 hit tonight, but he had
the
hardest hit ball of the night.
He's moving. He's moving. And unbelievable almost play in center field right there. He's moving in the direction that we need him to be the best team that we can be, and that's important, for our team. And I saw some things tonight that I think another level is getting hit right now with him, which is great.
Michael Braswell kind of similarly seems like he's hitting the ball harder, a little bit more consistently.
Yeah, no doubt. Sometimes guys need to settle into the season. I've had a lot of great players not start off well for a number of reasons, and then they settle into the season. But we've done a lot of stuff, man. We've overhauled the whole deal, and he bought in physically, mentally, mechanics, approach, and it wasn't quite there for 3 or 4 games, but he's stuck with it, and he's playing great right now.
The job Jared's doing in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
to get
same
that
thing.
Swing and miss out of his game. I mean, he's really
Yeah, same thing. It's just adult development. Like, I mean, we all want it right now, and I mean, nobody's worse at that than me. But these guys work their, off. Like, we kicked their rear for, all of the fall, in January, all of February. I was a little worried, like, hey man, we're tired going into the season by how hard we were going, and but you're seeing some of the fruits of that labor, and they deserve all the credit for that.
Coach, this year's game and last year's kind of similar in the fact that you drive up their pitch count early.
Yeah.
Is that a pointed approach?
Yeah, we didn't do much against LeBaron last year. I think we had a hit in like the second inning, and Kennedy, the other Kennedy, that seemed like he was at Texas for like 9 years, threw Trey Morgan out at the plate. But other than that, we didn't do anything against him. And I was talking to Coach Pierce, like, why are you throwing this dude on Tuesdays? Like, what are we doing here? And I mean, he had an unbelievable season after that. I got to talk to him about how he didn't sign in the draft and learn whatever trick that is, because he'll be a major league pitcher someday.
Did you feel like, though, today, once he left, you guys really had a chance?
Yeah, that was what we needed to do. We feel good about the guys. I mean, Nate Ackenhausen is a winner, obviously. We won a national championship largely because of what he did in Omaha. We were a national seed largely because of what he did during the season, and he's not afraid of anything at any time. And so we felt good about him. We felt good about Fidel. We felt like we could win the bullpen matchup, and we loved the starter that we had going too. But we needed to get the game decided by somebody that wasn't LeBaron Johnson.
You got plans for tomorrow?
Starter. Who's starting tomorrow?
Does anybody know who the Cajuns are starting? Herman.
Is it Herman?
That's what I heard. That's what I.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you. The Cajuns beat reporter.
Yeah. Let me get back to the hotel.